the driving force, I believe, behind this whole range of dilemmas that we have. Krishnamurti, the great spiritual teacher, said, "It is not a good idea to be well adjusted to a sick society." And this is basically what we're talking about. We like, as human beings, we want to fit in. We want to kind of do what we want. When we go to the church picnic, we want to eat what everybody's eating. When we go to the company barbecue or whatever it is, we want to eat what everybody's eating. We don't want to be different. But what are we doing as a culture? That's the thing. And so I think what I'll do is take this thread that I just have sort of been starting here and just go briefly through some of the main chapters in the World Peace Diet to try to sort of highlight how this all actually plays out. Again, it's so hard for me to give these ideas in a short amount of time, but the first chapter is called Food's Power. So this is talking about just the fact that food is really powerful in terms of socially, anthropologically, culturally. We tend to think of food as like no big deal, right? We eat while we're driving, we eat while we're watching TV, we eat while we're having a business meeting or whatever. We're doing like, food is just sort of a background thing. But that's covering over the essential teaching, which, if you, for example, study any anthropology, it's well known that the most powerful and essential way that any culture passes its norms and morals and values from one generation to the next is through the food. It's through meals, because food is our most intimate connection with the larger order. And whatever we do to animals, we end up doing to ourselves, to each other. You can't get more intimate with that. Our treatment of animals for food causes enormous violence, not only to them, but in our culture as well. And so, in fact, one of the things that's, I think, really interesting to see is when we think about the violence towards animals, is just to think about the violence that the army of people who have to do the work, what they go through. To kill that many animals, like I said, 75 million animals a day, we have a lot of people that do nothing but stab and confine and mutilate animals. And so these people, the slaughterhouse workers, the factory farm workers, have the highest rates of suicide and drug addiction and alcohol abuse and spousal abuse and these kind of things. So if I take out my wallet and pay for meat or dairy products or eggs, I'm paying someone to do work that I would never want to do. And what Martin Luther King said, and I think this is the essential wisdom that's really within all of us, he said, "Violence anywhere hurts everyone everywhere. We're all connected." And again, what veganism is just living by this teaching of the interconnectedness of all life. If we work as a culture to create a whole subset